Welcome to the final video of Unit 2. We have 3 more sectors to walk through: journalism, public policy, and business. And then we are going to look at the 3 most common ways the data-driven decision-making workflow breaks down, even among experienced analysts. Let us go. Sector 3, journalism. Let's start with investigative data journalism. The decision maker is a journalist. Her question is not, what policy should we adopt? It is, what story does this data tell and can I prove it? Step 1. Problem framing. A tip comes in. Court cases involving land disputes in one country takes more longer to resolve than other types of cases, and the pattern is worse in specific regions. She frames her question, is there a pattern that some courts may be slower than others, even when they handle a similar number of cases? Notice the framing, starting with, is this a systematic pattern? Rather than what does the data show? Is what will lead her to the story. Step 2. Data. A publicly available data set of a court case records, case types, filing dates, resolution dates by region. Civic Data Lab's Justice Hub initiative has organized and cleaned it and made it searchable and downloadable. She also uses a document analysis tool that can surface patterns across thousands of records faster than any human reader. Steps 3 and 4, analysis and insight. Land dispute cases in 3 specific regions take on average 40% longer than the national average. Consistently across 5 years. It's a signal. Her insight, the delay is not random. It is concentrated in specific courts, specific case types, and a time window that correlates with changes in court staffing. Step 5, decision. Do we publish this? Yes, but only with enough evidence. Step 6, evaluate. Before filing the story, she runs one more check. Does the pattern persist? If she limits the analysis to cases with complete records only, excluding wherever data fields are missing. It does. The concentration holds. The recommendation to publish is robust. Step 7, communication. Her communication product is an investigative story with the data visualization showing the pattern, written for general reader, not for a data person. Sector 4, public policy and business. These 2 sectors share a powerful data source, public procurement records. What government buy, from whom, at what price, and at what timeline. The public policy view, a policy analyst wants to know, are there systematic patterns in how contracts are awarded that suggest concentration of spending with a smaller number of suppliers? She uses a global database of publicly available public procurement and contracting data published by governments in a standardized format. Vietnam, Bangladesh, India, and dozens of other countries contribute to it. Her analysis, in one infrastructure category, 73% of the total contract value was awarded to 8% of registered suppliers over 3 years. Her insight, concentration correlates with the timing of contract announcements, which favors suppliers with advanced information. Step 6, evaluate. She tests the finding. Does the concentration pattern holds if emergency contracts, which have different procurement rules, are excluded? Yes, concentration is even more pronounced in non-emergency procurement. The recommendation is robust. Her communication product, a policy brief for parliamentary committee recommending reform of the announcement timeline. The business view, same data, different question. A business analyst uses the same data set to advise a supplier client which procurement categories are genuinely competitive and which are effectively closed to new entrants. Same 7 steps, same data set, different decision maker, different question, different communication product. The data does not know who is asking. The workflow makes sure the question is asked well, regardless of who is doing the asking. Now, the part that matters most for your own work, the 3 most common places the data-driven decision-making workflow breaks down. Failure point 1. Skipping problem framing. Someone opens a data set and starts looking for patterns before they have decided what decision they are trying to support. The result? They find patterns, usually the most obvious ones. They build a report around those patterns, but the report does not answer anyone's actual question because no one asked a specific enough question at the beginning. The fix: never touch data without writing down the decision question first. One sentence, specific and answerable. Failure point 2. Going from analysis directly to communication. Skipping insight. The analyst finishes their charts and immediately writes a report explaining what each chart shows. But explaining what a chart shows is not the same as answering what it means for the decision. The decision maker receives findings. They do not receive guidance. The fix: before writing a single sentence of your report, write the insight first. This data tells us that. Complete it with the implication for the decision, not a description of the chart. Failure point 3. Communicating without a clear decision. The report goes out. The visualizations are beautiful, but there is no recommendation. The decision maker reads the findings, nods, and does nothing because no one told them what to do next. The fix: step 5. Decision must produce a concrete recommendation, even if it's accompanied by uncertainty. Based on this evidence, we recommend X. We note the following limitations. The decision maker should verify Y before acting. A recommendation with stated uncertainty is far more useful than no recommendation at all. Before we close, a word about your cumulative project. Starting in Unit 1.5, you will apply this exact workflow to a real data set on disaster risk across countries in the Asia-Pacific region, covering hazard levels, national vulnerability, coping capacity at country level. Your decision question, which you will refine in Unit 1.5, is: which Asia-Pacific countries face the highest gap between disaster risk and national coping capacity? What would guide development investment priorities? In Module 2, you will audit and clean the data. In Module 3, you will analyze it. In Module 4, you will visualize it. In Module 5, you will evaluate and build a recommendation. And in Module 6, you will deliver a complete decision brief using all the 7 steps to a defined decision maker. The workflow is not just something we are teaching you. It is something you will do. You now have the full picture: 7 steps, 5 sectors, 3 failure points, and 1 project that will take you through all of it. Next, we will go deeper into how data is actually created and the types, sources, and choices that shape every data set before you ever open it. See you in the next unit.